Hi, guys. Welcome to the On the Go podcast, the place where we unpack the secrets of success, mindset, and personal growth. I'm your host, Shisha, and I'm so glad you're here with me today. So grab your coffee, your notebook, or just lean back and soak it in because we're diving into something big today: the power of a success mindset and how to think like a winner. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Mindset, really, Shisha? Isn't this just about some fluffy self-help stuff? But stick with me here because this isn't about declaring affirmations in the mirror. Though, if that's your vibe, no judgment here. This is actually about rewiring the way you think so that you show up as the bold, unstoppable entrepreneur that you're meant to be. Look, I've seen it in my own journey, and I've talked to enough brilliant business owners and entrepreneurs to know that how you think determines how you win. So let's get into it. We're going to be talking about 3 key shifts to start thinking like a winner. Plus, we're going to also be including some real talk and actionable steps to make things stick. Ready? Great. Let's do it. All right, let's start with shift number 1. Winners see opportunities, not obstacles. I want you to picture this. You're launching your business and then boom, supply chain issues hit, or maybe a client ghosts you after weeks and weeks of back and forth. What's your first thought? If it's, why does this always happen to me? Or, oh Lord, this is a sign that I'm not cut out for this. If this is your thinking, you're not alone. But here's the difference with a success mindset. Winners don't dwell on the roadblock. They look instead for a detour. I want you to think of someone like Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx. She didn't have a fashion background or even a fat bank account. Actually, she was selling fax machines. Remember those? She was selling fax machines door to door. When she pitched her idea to manufacturers, they laughed her out of the room. But instead of her seeing that as a no, she just saw it as a not yet. And she kept going until she found a way. She turned a $5,000 investment into $1 billion empire. Now that's opportunity thinking. So here's your action step. The next time you hit a snag, whether it's a technical glitch or maybe it's a no from a client, I want you to pause and ask yourself, what's the opportunity here? Maybe it's a chance for you to pivot, or maybe it's a chance for you to learn something new, or maybe even to connect with someone unexpected. I want you to have a think about that. Write it down if you have to. It's like a training muscle. The more you do it, the more natural it gets. I've had my own share of whiny moments. I've actually had my own share of rejections, lots of those. Once I actually pitched a marketing idea to someone that wanted to work with me. He kept saying he wanted to work with me, that I should call him at this time, I call him at that time. When I finally did, guess what? He didn't just say no to me, he disappeared, ghosted me, didn't even respond. But that rejection, it pushed me to refine my pitch and my marketing strategy. And I was able to connect with others even better down the road. So obstacles are just plot twists. Guys, they're not the end of my story. They definitely shouldn't be the end of your story. Okay, shift number 2. Winners own their results. This one's a little bit spicy because it's so easy to point fingers, right? The economy is shaky. The algorithm hates me. My family and friends, they don't support me. Sound familiar? I get it because I've played the blame game myself. But here's the truth. The moment that you take ownership of your own results, whether they're good, bad, or messy, you take your power. So let's break this down. Say your launch flops. You could say that, well, nobody's buying right now, and you could call it a day. Or you could ask yourself, what could I have done differently? Did I explain the value clearly? Was my marketing off? It's not about beating yourself up. but instead it's about stepping into the driving seat, the driver's seat, because winners don't wait for the world to hand them success. They figure out how to make it happen. What's your next action step here? Well, I want you to pick one area of your business or your life, whether, an area where you've possibly been dodging responsibility. Maybe it's, you've been inconsistent with social media posts, or maybe it's a case of where you've been avoiding those sales calls. I want you to own it and say it out loud. This is on me. I've got the power to change it. Then I want you to take one small step forward. You'll find out that it's absolutely liberating. I promise you. And look, I'm not perfect with this either. I've once blamed a failed promo by saying, oh, it's the algorithms. But then I got real with myself and I realized that I hadn't done the prep work that I needed to do. Ownership stings a little, but it's a good kind of sting. It's like a strong cup of espresso that keeps waking you up. Now, shift number 3, winners play the long game. This one's close to my heart because entrepreneurship can feel like a sprint sometimes, right? You're hustling, you're chasing the next milestone. And if it doesn't happen fast, it's tempting to think that you're failing. But winners, they're marathon runners. They know success isn't about overnight wins. It's about consistent, intentional progress. I'll say it again. Winners are marathon runners. They know that success isn't about overnight wins. It's about consistent, intentional progress. Think of Jeff Bezos of Amazon. Amazon started as a little online bookstore, and people tend to forget that. It lost money for 9 solid years, but Jeff had a vision. And he played the long game. He focused on customers, he reinvested every penny and built something unstoppable. And that's the mindset. Plant seeds today that grow into forests tomorrow. For you, this might mean sticking with that blog, even if only 5 people read it right now. Or it could be showing up on Instagram stories, even when the views are low. Every step compounds. Guys, I'm passionate about this one because I know how hard it is to keep going when it feels like you're giving your all and you're not seeing any results. And especially when you see others that are getting the results that you want and you start the comparing game, comparing yourself to others, which in itself, I believe comparison is just soul destroying. That's why I strongly believe in the importance of getting the reps in, being consistent and playing the long game. Sarah Blakely of Spanx did it. Jeff Bezos of Amazon did it. I'm doing it, and you can absolutely do it. The long game is where winners are made. So your next action step should be pick one thing that you're impatient about. Maybe it's your revenue or your audience size, or maybe it's even talking to potential clients. And I want you to commit to showing up for it consistently for the next 30 days. This is not about pressure for instant results. No pressure at all. Just trust the process. Winners don't quit when it's slow. Instead, they double down. And I might just say that, you're already there. You're already playing the long game by being here and listening to it. That hustle, that heart, is what sets you apart. So there you have it, guys. 3 shifts to think like a winner. I want you to see the opportunities, own your results, and play the long game. This is definitely not about being perfect, but it's about being persistent. You're building something extraordinary, and your mindset is absolutely the foundation. Guys, I believe in you, and I can't wait to hear how these shifts have shown up and are showing up in your journey. Before we wrap up, let's connect. I'd love to hear from you. Drop me a message in the comments below. Tell me one obstacle that you're turning into an opportunity right now. And I want to, you know what? If you do that, I might even give you a shout out in the future. So please do. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you've loved this episode, I want you to give it a thumbs up, share it with your fellow entrepreneur who needs a boost rather. Remember, we're all in this together. Remember to subscribe. Until next time, keep thinking like a winner. You've got this. See you soon. Bye.